I think we rationalize this like, hey, it's vacation, the quarantine. Like, hey, I can drink at 8 a.m. It's okay.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Healthy Living Wichita podcast with Go Time Training. I'm your host, Raymond Elliott, lead personal trainer at Go Time Training in Northeast Wichita, Kansas. I've been in the fitness industry for over 20 years now, and I've seen it all. This podcast cuts through all the fads and gimmicks to give you a science-based truth on all things fitness and nutrition, so you don't have to try to figure it out on your own. If you want to live happier and healthier and get the scoop on how to work out, eat right, and keep a positive mindset, you're in the right place. It's go time. Now, let's get to the show.
Hey, everybody out there. This is Healthy Living Wichita, and we have our amazing special guest today, Casey Ross. So, Casey, how are you doing?
Doing good, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So let's go over a little bit about you. Tell us about you and kind of why you are here.
Well, I'm the nutrition coach at Go Time Training. Little background, I guess, on me is from Indiana. I graduated from Purdue with public health. Ever since then, I've been a health coach or a personal trainer, or now a nutrition coach. So, always been in the health field. And certification-wise, I have ACE health coach certification, personal training, and then my precision nutrition coach.
And Casey has helped hundreds of people here. We're so lucky to have her, and we're so lucky to have her on the show today. So, Casey, obviously we've been into a unique situation going on. Got some rain going.
Yeah.
Look at that. With everything, a lot of people are at home. So we got the quarantine 15. I was talking to you a little bit before we actually started the show. I've added that to myself. Hopefully not 15, but definitely I've noticed some different changes. So, people's been going through this. We're starting to open up the world again. What can we do to help out with that? What should people do to get back on track and to lose that 15 or 10 or 20 or, for God's sakes, I hope not 30, but whatever has happened. I've ate enough pizza rolls. I've lived like I'm in a college dorm for the last 8 weeks. So what can people do, or what's the problems out there that you're seeing with quarantine, and how do we make steps forward?
Yeah, so I guess the big problems with just being in quarantine is obviously at home all the time, so you're sitting more, and even if you do have a sedentary job, it's still going to be probably sitting a lot more than normal, unless you're going out and being active. You're within walking distance to your kitchen and all the snacks and all of that. You might feel like you need to support local and eat out and get food delivered. So all of those things, your gyms might be closed. So all those things can be contributing to the quarantine 15 that people might be experiencing. Now that we're getting back into normal life, it might be really tempting to do something really drastic and maybe cut food back, restrict food, do a bunch of exercise. But I would really just encourage everyone to start slow, just make little changes, and little changes that will get you the results that you want to see.
Yeah,
we can talk about those.
I like to throw alcohol into that deal. I know that alcohol sales is up, and even myself, which I'm not a huge drinker, but I do enjoy a nice cold beer every once in a while. The deck has been really nice. I've been home all day, and it's been hard to not want to go grab a beer on Tuesday, and I've talked to a lot of other people into the same aspect. So yeah, obviously being more sedentary. I didn't realize how physically demanding my job was until I sat at home and trained people from a screen. So I think those all contributed. So as the world's opened back up, we've kind of we're still in those places, so we're still kind of quarantined. So those are some things to think about at this point right now as we're getting into those. But you're saying taking small steps, people not to freak out and to completely cut calories and start running 6 miles a day.
Yeah.
Which I don't know who would do that in the first place, but I'm sure that's probably a traditional thing.
Yeah.
So kind of what is some initial first steps, if you could kind of map it off? Obviously it's going to be different for each person, and you can't be like, okay, week 1 do this, week 2 do this, but if you kind of had an idea and you had somebody, kind of what do you think for the first steps for people to start making those changes, or what are some things they can do today to start losing that?
Yeah, so if you can just get active in some way, go out for walks, it's going to seem like you're doing more activity by having to go on intentional walks if you're not used to doing that. But And once again, it's probably just making up for all the activity that you weren't getting before. Obviously, if you can get into a gym like Go Time, or we're doing virtual training, so that always is helpful. But then with nutrition, I would really just try to start with the basics. I mean, we know that to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit. So you have to eat less calories than you're expending. But I would really just start with the basics on good nutrition habits at first. A lot of people, when they're sitting at home, at least I've heard a lot from my clients, that they might be snacking all day. Just try to sit down and have 3 solid meals a day. Make sure you're getting a nice balance of protein, carbs, and fats with each meal. Make sure you're feeling satiated from those meals. That doesn't mean you can't have any snacks throughout the day,
right,
but you need to have those meals so that you feel full and don't just snack on the wrong things, and then you're not getting enough protein and fruits and veggies and all that.
So Gino, pizza rolls is probably not a good idea to eat those all day?
Nah, maybe not.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. That's the same thing for me. I'm very much a boredom eater. I always have to be busy. I always have to be doing something. And so when I'm at home, I'm like, oh, fridge. And so I feel like, I literally bought snacks just so I would have something to kind of snack on throughout the day, which normally I'm busy, I'm living life. I don't have bars like I normally do here. And so I chose other options. So I think that's a great point, like set a structure of how many, and then like ask those questions, like, am I really satiated? And then am I really, full? Do I really need to eat, or am I just eating to do something because there's food available?
Yeah.
When things are in sight, even like I think candy companies realize that when they put things in opaque or things you couldn't see, and then put things in plain sight, you can eat a lot more of them. So your cupboard's right there, refrigerator's right there, microwave, all those fun things are right there, and people are bored, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, okay, so kind of the initial thing is just basically try to have a little bit more structure. See if you're hungry, eat a little less meals, have some snacks, but try not to just be grazing all day. And you talked about caloric deficit. Is it something that somebody should maybe, if they kind of gave up tracking, or that is like a next step, or kind of what is the next steps of kind of going through that? Should we get a little bit more tighter on those, or just those are kind of the initial first things that we should do and continue on with?
So with I guess to give more structure with the meals, try to get protein with each meal. That's what's going to keep you feeling full. So you'll feel satiated from those meals, and it'll help stabilize your blood sugar and all of that good stuff. So need protein with each meal. Another thing is try to get in fruits and vegetables. You're getting your micronutrients in. It's going to give you better energy. But also, we're talking about calories here too. Normally there are lower calorie foods that you can fill your stomach up with. So it's always good to get some fruits and vegetables in. But then, after that, if someone's ready, I would say starting to track your food just to try to get an idea of what you're eating can be very beneficial.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed on my proteins way down. One, I don't eat as many bars, and then 2, a lot of times I try to get in more protein shakes, and I still mix it with my oatmeal and all that stuff, but protein's been huge. So I think that's a great place to start, really think on that. And then fruits and vegetables are awesome. Even if you watch the carnivore diet documentary, it's the fruits and vegetables are awesome, especially all the micronutrients. We need those for our immune system. That's a huge part of it. Is there, everybody's not going right back to the world like us. We still are waiting till May 18th, so hopefully we'll see everybody really, really soon. Is there some good vegetables or snack things that they could do that still are healthy and help them get those and stay satiated and get their nutrients that they need that you know of?
Yeah, I guess with fruits and vegetables, I see a lot of times with clients is people either they go all for the fresh or nothing at all. And they think either canned or frozen vegetables or fruits are bad. The grocery stores, I think they're getting stocked up now, but if they're bared, and even if you don't feel like you're going to get through all of the fruits and vegetables that you're eating, don't be afraid to get frozen or canned fruits and veggies. You're still going to get the nutrients in, especially with frozen vegetables and frozen fruits. A lot of times they freeze them at peak nutrient value.
Right.
So you might even be getting more nutrients from those types of food. So don't be afraid and don't feel like ashamed to get frozen stuff or whatever you need to get those nutrients in. But yeah, I mean, you can always, if you're not a huge fan of fruits and veggies, you can always find a way to make them taste good. You can use a little peanut butter to dip with.
Yeah, it's a great snack.
You can always use, like I'll dip with like some yogurt, stuff like that. Hummus, you can always find a dip that will make it taste good.
Hummus is good. I like snap peas too, just eating those plain or a little bit of salt on top of sea salt if you want to, but salt on top of those. I like those. But yeah, let's see what I was trying to think on those aspects with the snack. Oh yeah, I like the steamers. Like a lot of people kind of get away with it because they're microwave, and I understand all those aspects. I'm a what you call a lazy dieter.
Yeah.
I've been a bro my whole life and pretty much have cooked for myself, and I'm not a great chef. I wish I could do all the crazy, amazing recipes that you do and a lot of our clients and people out there do. And I try to follow some of them, but I'm like a one ingredient microwave guy. And I love the vegetable steamers. We add those to a lot of different aspects, and I will add a whole bag and eat a big old deal of broccoli, and it's still extremely low calorie. And like you said, I'm satiated. So you could do that with a lean meat. But you could also use those as snacks as well. They have cauliflower, all that good jazz. So kind of what I got just to summarize out there for everybody is basically structure your meals. Start off with maybe just 3 if you want to add some snacks, but try to keep it limited and not eat just because you're bored or hungry or want to graze all day. Make sure that you're getting plenty of protein to stay satiated and full, which is amazing, lean meats and all those things, and then getting your fruits and vegetables and try to utilize those as more of your snacks versus chips, pizza rolls, all those other little crackers and those things. Cheez-Its. I haven't ate Cheez-Its. And like, here's a plug for Cheez-Its out there. I haven't ate those in, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years because I can't stop. And so I've tried to learn. I'm not always big in elimination, but you can sometimes learn strategies about yourself. And I broke down and bought a box of Cheez-Its. So I've done a lot of things. Like I think we rationalize this like, hey, it's vacation, the quarantine. Like, hey, I can drink at 8 a.m. It's okay. Yeah. And really, just because you have that thought or we're going through a different situation, your body doesn't see it any differently than what you normally. In fact, the only thing it sees differently is you're less active. Right. You're probably doing less stuff than you normally do. We don't really take in consideration NEAT. As what is NEAT? I'll let you explain it.
It's non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So it's just all your activity that you're doing throughout the day that's not exercise.
Yeah, and that's huge.
Yeah, it makes up a huge amount of your calories that you burn throughout the day. So if you're slashing that in half or even more maybe, then yeah, you're not going to be burning nearly as many calories.
So if that's the flip to the coin is be more active. If you know that you're not doing as much, and you might not realize even being at the office, fidgeting, going up and down stairs, going to pick up papers, whatever you do in your normal life, you're not doing as much of that you need to supplement that with doing some walking or activity outside, yard work. It's normally been beautiful. Today it's raining here in Wichita, but normally it's a beautiful day to get outside and be active. And if you can, get into a gym like Go Time Training, where Casey works at, and myself. And I know that's what. Is there anything else that you think would be beneficial for people for the quarantine 15 or going through these situations or?
Kind of what you brought up too is, I mean, but you and I are not, water, but we're not good on, we don't promote just slashing everything, restricting yourself of everything. So if you're really craving something, have it, but just try to have it in moderation and move on with your life. Same with alcohol. If you can go to like a lower calorie alcohol, like a hard liquor and 0 calorie mixer or a light beer, something like that, those alcoholic drinks can really add up in calories.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Quick.
And then on the flip side of alcohol is to make sure you're getting your water in. Yes, that will be beneficial as well.
So staying hydrated, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Casey, I think that's all great stuff. I really, really appreciate you being part of you're our first guest. Yeah. So we'll do that. I don't have my clap. Andrew, I need my clapping sound in here, my applaud button. But thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure you'll be back on this many, many of times as we go worldwide. Yeah. And so if everybody starts calling you and wanting you to be a part of it, remember that you have loyalty to us. So we'll just keep that on there. But anyways, thank you. It was great to actually see you too. So that's nice. We're 6 feet away. The camera shrinks everybody. So anyways, thank you so much, Casey. And anything closing? No? Stay good. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
If you need any help, you know where to find us. Have a wonderful day. And like she said, don't go crazy. It's balance, so don't go from one extreme to the next. Keep it moving, and we'll be here for you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Healthy Living Wichita podcast with Go Time Training. If you enjoyed today's show and want to get started with your own fitness journey, I'd love to help kickstart your goals. How do 4 60-minute personal training sessions for $99 with me sound? Head over to www.gotimetraining.com/podcast to claim yours. I can't wait to meet you.